I've talked a lot about context, but I don't necessarily think people understand the difference between what a context is and, okay, and this is supposed to be a bowl, okay? And a bowl is holds what? Usually, I'm just saying in this case, we're going to make this a bowl basically, and this here is something inside of it. It's really a piece of fruit, and what is a fruit? Fruit. This one here is supposed to be basically an apple, okay? And then I'm going to go over here and create another one, and that'll be an orange. And basically, what happens here is you start to do this, and you create yourself over time. You've got a lot of stuff in here. So we all have inside information. We all have things that cause lots and lots of issues. And life goes on and et cetera. It doesn't go the way you plan because you're not running it and you're not the head of the universe. And so if you start to do this, you're going to see that life doesn't necessarily go the way you think it should. Okay, and so this here is going to be, this is for my friends basically in Hawaii, and they basically, you got to, if you're in Hawaii, you got to understand that pineapples are part of their world. And so if you start to look at this as a pineapple, and orange apple, and then you can put in, oh, I can't forget basically, um, basically here, this is, and I know that may look like a green banana. Well, I'm very careful now at my age not to buy too many of those because who knows? And so I usually buy them a little bit more ripe. But this is a banana, and if you get behind all of that, you start to create, this whole concept basically of something more. I want to fill it up here, and you get back here, and this is all a bunch of. Hopefully, this looks okay to you. This is basically, if I do this right, that's all grapes, and so now why did I do this? Well, because I want to talk about what happens in your life. What happens if you pull out the bowl? What happens to the fruit? It goes everywhere, right? So if it goes everywhere, then how do you control life? Life has all of this going for you. And so is life a struggle? Is it hard? Do you have to put scarcity or whatever it is? The point here is that this here is the context of your life. This is the content. Some of you have been married multiple times and you've made lots of mistakes. That's content. Okay, so if you think about it, where is the key piece that stabilizes all the content? It's the context. It's the context. And so my question is, if you start looking at life from a space of context versus content, if you see everything as perfect, then that's really basically a contextual piece. But the bigger piece for me is, how do you look at your life? How do you look at life in general? Is life, is it something that it's a struggle, hard, hard, hard? And as one of my good friends, Bill Allen, said, that, if you argue for your limitations, you'll get them. And so what I'm saying here is you start to see that everything is perfect. And if everything is perfect, then what's going on? Life is what? What is? Life is working for you. And if it's working for you, that's your context. This is everything's perfect. Everything's perfect, and life is working for you, even if you don't see it in the moment because you're not running it, you didn't create it. And if you start saying life is working for me and this is part of it, I just may not understand it. So then you turn all that content into a positive frame rather than a negative frame when if life is working against you. So for you or against you, it's your choice. Argue for your limitations that it's against you, and it will be. Argue and stay with the idea that life is for you, and life will work for you, and life will be far better and far more exciting and far more positive. So I'm asking you to say, whatever happens, life is working for you, just like it is for me. I learned from Bucky a long time ago that the bigger the picture, the more accurate your prediction. There's nothing in a caterpillar, if you just study a caterpillar, will ever tell you about scenario butterfly. So my entire life, I am working as much as I can to be a comprehensivist. That is interested in everything, so I can make better choices, better decisions, and have a better perspective. What can I do for you?